Good morning, guys. I've had an hour's sleep this time, but more to the point, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Today we've got, as you can see, I'm in an airport and didn't have time to do my hair this morning, but I'm growing the beard back because I missed it, and we are off to Majorca. We're going to our usual spot, but a new hotel, and currently at the airport waiting to take off, and hopefully this should be an interesting travel vlog because I've got the GoPro with me. I'm now old enough to rent cars abroad, in addition to the fact that I've got the drone as well. So let's go to Majorca and let's have a good week. Well guys, made it off the plane. That was a really horrible journey in terms of the pressure. My ear is like exploding in my head. But nonetheless, it is a pleasant temperature over here. Looks quite green because it's not too late in the season. Well, it's very, very early in the season. Yep. Look, the second day of the season. So let's see what's poppin'. We've made it. I survived the long coach journey that was horrible, and the view from the balcony is pretty damn nice. We're at a different hotel this time. Last year in the vlog we were at the Alicia, which is literally just around the corner, and previously I have stayed in that hotel there, which is the Levante, but this time we are at the Grand Sol. This is Calambalor is where we always go on holiday, and it should be pretty damn exciting. Just realised the fiasco of landing the drone somewhere after taking it off from the balcony was a little more difficult than anticipated. But luckily, my hero of a mother ran down to the beach and grabbed it.
Ran?
Ran, I wouldn't go that far, but you know. Moved at a brisk pace. Again, this year I have forgotten my sunglasses. So now I've got two pairs of Ray-Bans, and neither of which are with me. Just an excuse to buy more sunglasses, really. Don't know whether I will, I probably won't. I'm going to try and make it the week without buying any, but that might be quite demanding. So you're probably familiar with this place. I think we showed this off a bit last year. This is the actual harbour at Calabona. So Hotel Calabona's behind us. Load of nice places to eat around here, and you can catch a little what are they called? The glass bottom cats. Yeah. The glass bottom cats to sea cats to actually all the different locations around this edge of the island, which is nice because you can see the ocean underneath them when you're going by, as I showed you last year. In addition to the fact that you can just get around, and it's a pleasant way of getting around, get a bit of sun on you as well, and there's just loads of places to eat around here. So Janet and John's, great sandwiches, the Olivia restaurant does loads of really nice stuff, and the Hotel Calabona does the meanest cocktails ever, because I consider myself quite a hardened drinker. I drink a lot of beer, I drink quite a bit, don't I? But one of them cocktails will put me on my back. Oh, there we go guys, I actually managed to do my hair this morning. Good morning, welcome to officially, I guess, day one. Champagne for breakfast, of course, with a few coffees and bacon and that. I feel quite full up, but I do need to get sunglasses, so a bit of deja vu really. But the weather's lovely, it's sunny, but in the shade it's nice and cool, so hopefully I'll probably won't get much of a tan this year. That is not my objective, but my objective is to get a little bit of driving under my belt. So we're going to go and have a look for a car rental place that'll actually rent to a 21-year-old. So last year I was saying, oh, it's okay because next year when I go I'll be 21, meaning I can actually be allowed to rent cars and be insured on them, because obviously when you're at 17 through 20, I can understand them being a bit dubious about what you're going to drive like. I mean, personally now I think I drive like even more of a knob than I ever have done, but we looked at the hotel, and the hotel's official one said, oh yeah, we've rented to 21-year-olds before. They've upped it to 23 this year, but we think you should be fine. And then they called up the car rental place and they said no, not going to do it, he's not 23, just getting our insurance policy, we can't do it anymore. So we're going to have to go and have a look around for a dodgy back end one, but I'm sure we'll find something. We have actually found the car dealership. We don't know what the age is, we're about to go and ask, but they have got an EcoBoost drop top Mustang. EcoBoost I know, but to be fair, we are in Spain and fuel out here is expensive, as it is in the rest of Europe. And we've also got a Chevy Camaro over there, red one. They're both automatic, so it's not going to be a particularly difficult or engaging driving experience, but they're certainly a lot better than all the other Opals and stuff we found everywhere else. So hopefully the age is 21, but we've got to find out. They did have a minimum age for most of the cars, but luckily we did find one that's pretty exciting that I think you guys are going to love looking at. Right, I'm not going to give away what it is because that would ruin the surprise. So the Mustang and the Chevy, minimum age of 28. 28 years old. Jesus Christ, by then I'm probably going to be a grandfather. I've got to say, the view from the cafe at the bottom of the hotel here is absolutely gorgeous. You can see the ocean all behind me there, literally 30 feet from the beach. A little bit of seaweed in the way, but I can cope with that. Now this stuff is absolutely lovely. It is a Weiss beer or wit beer from 1360. Hey, he's in the vlog now. You got to go on YouTube now, bro. So yeah, this stuff is from 1363, so it's old as anything, but it is absolutely delicious. It's really sweet. It's very hoppy, and I'd highly recommend it. Although having 4 of them midday instead of lunch is probably not a good idea if you're a lightweight, but it is pretty damn tasty nonetheless.
Lightweight.
Tell you what, those Weiss beers are pretty damn good. Oh well, I went back to the hotel to sleep that off. Just tried to open another bottle of beer. What I did to my thumb? Look at that! Oh my god, hang on, let me focus real close to me. And I can look at my thumb. Basically, could have died, mate. Don't know what I was thinking, but I got the beer open, so it was a worthwhile endeavour in the end. Well, you may recognise this place before. Recognise?
Recognise.
I may have had a few too many drinks, but you may recognise this place before. This is the Alicia. This is where we were last time I did the travel vlog back in 2017. They had much more entertainment on here than our hotel because our hotel is such a small one. So we decided to go here for evening drinks, as you can tell by the lovely amount of luminance you have on the frame at the moment. Evening meal was fantastic food-wise, but we did have a rather adventurous event happen, which was rather morbid and horrible. So yeah, I was eating my meal and this old guy came in, must have been about 90 odd, and I thought, bloody hell, he looks a bit old. And then about 20 minutes later on the table, just like probably up 4 behind my mum, he started like signalling his wife, and I think he might be dead. Long story short, paramedics showed up. He didn't have a heartbeat, and I was stood there ready to carry him out, but the paramedics looked like they're pretty self-sufficient. There was a doctor in house, and I didn't think I knew enough to really be of any assistance. But it was a rather morbid event, and no matter how much drink I was going to have this evening, it wasn't really going to get it out of my head. Today's the day we're picking up one of the sickest cars on the island, as you can imagine, because you've got to be 28 to drive a Mustang or a Chevrolet apparently, which I think is a bit ridiculous because 28 mainly. So we weren't actually sure what car we were going to get. We were expecting a Volkswagen Polo, but they said or similar, so I was thinking maybe the Panda they have there, which I really was hoping they wouldn't be, which it isn't. And I was thinking maybe a Fiesta ST. They said yeah, we got those, so it could be one of them, but it turns out we've got a Suzuki Swift, so it's exactly the same as what my mum drives, and I've driven one of these before, so it's not really that exciting, but nonetheless it's actually a pretty good car. If you look at them on YouTube, there's a few videos of them doing rallies, which is pretty cool because you wouldn't think they'd be capable of that, but nonetheless, let's drive on the wrong side of the road for the first time. Well guys, we are driving on the wrong side of the road, and I'm not a fan already, and this sounds a bit of a twat. This is absolutely revolting. I'm going to be holding up traffic like anything. So obviously this is a manual, which is fine because I've got my manual license, but the gear stick is on the wrong side of the car, which is a first for me. I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. Obviously this car's got a revolting clutch. I'm not a fan of the clutch in this thing at all. I don't really know how to position it on the road. The steering wheel's got far too many turns in it to get it to lock for some reason. I mean, the pedals are all on the same side, but it's weird that the gear stick's on the wrong side, and especially obviously it's still got the same gears, so you sort of, it's like a polar opposite of what you usually do. Very odd experience. All you Americans drive stick shifts like this all the time then, which I find a bit questionable. Wow, the power of this thing. It feels just like a supercar. Yeah, it's brilliant. There's just sort of brick walls either side of the road, which is not at all unnerving. Yeah, big ditches as well, so you've got to be pretty careful. And I just got overtaken by some Vauxhall thingy, which is quite good fun. Although, to be fair, I'm not really having a lot of time taking the scenery because these roads are just tiny.
I know, and you have to look at every bit of it.
And it's not like this car is a specifically precise driver either. It's a bit of a, it's pretty vague in the middle of the steering wheel.
At the edge of the road, honey.
Yeah, that's not my fault, it's the car doesn't really tell it to.
Yeah, it does, darling.
Yeah, but it's vague, look.
Yeah, no, but then allow for that 6 inches, because otherwise you're going to lose your tyres by the end of the day. Or you'll probably lose us by the end of the day.
Oh, your eyes got airbags. Well, that was definitely a rather eye-opening drive, but nonetheless, we have arrived in the old town of Alcudia. We've got a church behind us as well, which looks pretty damn cool. But yeah, it's all just sort of a bit of a rustic, sort of old-fashioned look into Majorca, quite a way back from the coast, which is a bit more obviously inhabited by locals and a lot more untouched by the corporate tourism that is the rest of the exterior of the island, really. I often find it really hard to try and convey a sense of place in my vlogs, but I think you can sort of tell just from the width of the alleyways and the sort of shops that are around here, like the old leather goods places, the wineries, and just a lot of other quite rustic and restaurant foodie based places. The sort of rustic nature of the town, it's all incredibly clean. The floor is like absolutely immaculate, there's no rubbish anywhere, and it's just got a really nice sort of lively atmosphere here almost, and it's yeah, very, very relaxing, but also very full of life. It's really cool. We drove by this place on the way to Alcudia, and I thought I'd better pop in and see if it's okay, because it looked pretty sick in the pictures. And rest assured, while it is a bit windy, the track looks very freshly tarmac, nice and grippy, and the sun is shining, so hopefully we can find out if it's open, preferably, and then have a go in the go-karts. And they have got 16 brake horsepower power carts here. Whoa, that's a good fit. Can you hear me? Just about. Right, so first of all, we've got the board up here. I'm going to try the adult kart first, just to get my feel for the track, 'cause obviously I haven't been on it before, and then I'm probably going to move on to the professional kart if I don't think this one's sufficiently fast enough, which is bound to be the case. Oh goddamn, that was really good. So the fastest lap time ever around that roughly a minute long track was like 49 seconds, and my fastest lap in the professional kart, which was bloody quick, it had a top speed of like 60 mile an hour or something stupid, or 50 mile an hour, was 53 seconds, so not too bad, but again, definitely not the fastest. But I was going a fair bit sideways in that, and I lost it a couple of times where I put a bit too much power down in the corners, and I wasn't really trying to trail brake and get as much speed as I was just having fun. And that kart, you really had to catch every time you put the throttle down, which was really good fun, really emotive, loved it. Love their motorbike collection and all the Formula 1 memorabilia around the place, and the track is actually sick. I guess because land's a fair bit cheaper out here, you can build a much better track without it costing too much, and definitely well worth the money, although it hasn't done my bad shoulder or bad wrist any good, and I was afraid that my tag was going to get shaken up and broken. But nonetheless, fantastic karts. Now I've got a nice greasy helmet here, and it was just a brilliant experience, really good fun. Oh, as anticipated, I spent a little too long in the sun today, so now we're in sort of a standardly lit room. Hopefully I can stand in front of something and be a little bit brighter. Let me just pull this sleeve up a sec. Oh, look at that lovely lovely lobster colour I've gone. And then there's my mum, who's, you know, white as you can be, and look how brown she goes. I go, exactly, see, I go pink, and she goes brown, and my face is all stiff and I feel a bit dizzy from too much sun. So let's hope I can maintain keeping this evening's dinner down, and let's also hope we don't have any more deaths at the dinner table, because I'm not Logan Paul, I'm not going to film that thing. If you remember the last vlog, you'll remember the fact that the yogurt I told you all to go in doesn't now exist anymore, so that's absolutely brilliant on the harbour. It's now changed to some olive oil and wine cellar, I believe. Well, with us going home in a few minutes, I thought we'd visit the harbour for the last time, had a coffee and a drink, just to say goodbye to everything, so I probably won't be coming back for a while. And yeah, that's sort of the end of the holiday, if you will. Mum's coming back in 12 weeks with her friend, because she's a bit mental and seems to want to live here. It's sad to see this place go, but I will be heading back into reality and working again next week. But nonetheless, it's been a fantastic time, and I've really fallen in love with Weissbier, so pretty exciting overall. Join us for the ride home, but I think that's pretty much the end of the exciting parts of the vlog, guys. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links to all that good social media stuff will be down in the description below, and I'll see you very soon with more awesome content, hopefully a bit more car related, where it won't be with a Suzuki Swift, but hopefully with some more awesome cars. And I will see you guys very soon with more videos.